Ghost Cult Magazine welcomes in the guys from Above Snakes, Johnny Skulls and Dax. How are you guys doing today?
Oh
What
man, how are
up?
you?
Awesome. Thanks for being here with me. I appreciate you guys. You know, how in general, before we start talking about music and all this other stuff, how are you guys doing? Because we've established that it's a batshit time in the world more than ever.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but we're holding up. We're doing good. Kind of crazy to release a band during pandemic, but fuck it. We want to get our music out there. And we want to get rolling, and hopefully things open up soon and we can hit the road.
Right on, right on. This is I Feel Bad is your new single. You got a killer new video. It's fire. And your third kind of in a row in like a year-ish.
Yep.
And yeah, man, I love the vibe, and it's very catchy and still very heavy. Let's talk about this single and this video first off.
Yeah, so it's a little different than the first two. It's a little more laid back, kind of that rock ballad feel to it, but it's definitely still dark and heavy. It kind of talks about a time where I was in my life, and me kind of questioning if I can go on and be the new person that I want to be without being pulled into the past dark vices of my prior life, or prior times.
I hear you. Hopefully super prior and not just recently prior.
Yeah, no, super prior. Yeah,
and,
sure.
and hopefully you don't have any priors. That's a joke. Maybe you do. I don't know. But Boston, I lived in Boston for a long time, so I know.
Really?
Whereabouts are you guys residing?
We're in Reading right now. We got a little studio spot right here, right outside the city, like 10, 15 minutes north. Where were you?
Oh man, all over. I lived in New England for like 10 years, Salem, Quincy, Brookline. Then I moved to New Hampshire for a minute. That was like I was buried under a snowstorm for a whole winter and a spring.
Love New Hampshire. that's where I want to that's the end game, New Hampshire.
White Mountains, retirement.
Love it.
Low taxes, free weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good spot. Live free or die.
That's it, right? That's right. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's kind of funny because New England has like a super rich tradition of great bands. Were there any particular bands kind of coming up that you guys admired or wanted to be like, or is it more like, oh, you just in this generation where music is just the world is music and that's what you gravitated to?
Yeah, honestly, we've kind of been away from it, like especially here, because I was living out in LA for a long time, and Dax moved out there with me, so we were both out in LA, and that's kind of how this whole thing started, the idea of this, and then we were kind of like, let's move back to our roots. We're kind of sick of the vibe out here. We need to get back to home to our people that we love and the seasons and stuff, and then that's kind of like what sprung this whole thing. So this is all super new, and we haven't played yet, and we haven't been in the scene around here, especially with the pandemic, but we're stoked to get out there and meet some new bands that are doing the same thing, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. It's a concern of mine, having been a resident there not that long ago. I moved away like 5 years ago, but I've been following. I think there's still many friends in the area. We have a lot of people that still live in the area that work for us. So, I'm always attuned to the scene, and we have lost a couple of, pretty classic venues more toward the city. Obviously, the state is pretty spread out for people that think all of Massachusetts is just Boston. It's not. And the scene is not just Boston, but or Cambridge, but we have lost some places. Hopefully we don't lose too many, because live music's important. And I imagine for just like watching the video and hearing the songs, it seems like you guys would be like a very energetic, intense live band.
Exactly. Yeah, can't wait to bring that to you.
Right on, right on. What will, like, now that you're back from the West Coast, when things reopen, where would you like to play? What venues or would you like to see yourself at?
House of Blues.
Yeah.
Palladium.
Yeah. What about what's that one? Hampton Ballroom up in New Hampshire. Place is dope. Wally's, yeah.
Nice.
Anywhere that will have us, we'll play, and we'll turn that shit up nice and loud for you.
Nice work. I missed the Palladium. I saw a lot of shows in Worcester, and also Ralph's, which I think I don't know if it's still there or not, but I used to go to Ralph's a lot, and I know the Palladium got like a complete makeover a few years ago, which is interesting.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a minute, but the place is super dope.
Yeah, of course, it's a legendary. Play all the great bands. Did you have some favorite bands growing up that, you know, you saw their success and was like, I could do that. I'm from here.
We both dug Nullset. He used to be Gangster Bitch Barbie.
Yeah.
We yeah, I dig this shit a lot.
Even like the Receiving End of Sirens, they were a big influence back in the day. And you know, I actually worked with Casey from that band on a different project and everything, and those dudes were super dope.
Nice, nice. There used to be a thing. I know I'm gonna date myself very badly, but so WAAF, which is also now gone, unfortunately. Not that they're gone, they don't play rock music anymore, right? They used to. They were literally one of the best rock and metal stations.
On to us, man.
Right, they're gone. They're gone.
Rock music.
Yeah, if you're not, if yeah, I'm sure nobody's listening to talk radio on there right now at all. But or whatever they went to, whatever format, country, I don't remember. But they used to do a concert every year in the spring. I think at the racetrack by the airport, which is also, again, I know it's not gonna call, get off my lawn. All these things are gone. But yeah, it was like Suffolk Downs, and they did this concert they used to help put on, and it was cool because like you would see all the bands before they got big nationally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was really interesting to see your bands like those bands, and it's interesting that how things change. You know, and you've lived all over the country, so I think what the point I was trying to make was like, do you see like the future is still in local bands, or do you think you just have to kind of like wherever you're from, you have to just kind of make it out of wherever you're at to get known?
I mean, it can go anyway. You know, when we were younger, I definitely feel it was like you had to jump in that van and just get out there. And that's what I love too. But then at the same time, people are like, oh, you got to stay home and build your base around there before you can get out there. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't think there's any set way to do it, but we definitely want to branch out, you know, like we played out here, you know, when we were younger a lot, but then we got a taste of the road. So now it's like, yeah, we want to get back on the road.
Right on, right on. And I imagine, like I've been saying this, that like when things reopen and we get tours again, even just to go to like the local bar, we're gonna be like Vikings raiding. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna drink all the beers, we're gonna buy all the merch, we're gonna hug all our peeps.
It's gonna be a village, dude.
It's going to be crazy. And I hope so, because I think also like that scene, people need like a thing to go do. They need activities, you know, for a lack of a better word. I don't know. We need the places to go be.
Yeah, you got to let loose. You got to get out. People going to start crazy up in their houses. You know, it's not good.
Right on. I would say I applaud you guys for putting out new music during this pandemic, and no diss to anybody who hasn't, because I've said that before too. Like some bands, artists are just like, I can't put out anything right now. I don't know what this environment is. And I appreciate you guys just kind of like, you know what, we had a plan and this is what we're doing. I like that shit.
Exactly. Just got to stick to your guns. That's it.
I dig it. I dig it. What do you?
It's never ideal, but you just got to roll with it. And
yeah, of course.
Best.
Hope for the best, right? And you guys are heading tonight to Nashville, Music City, to record your debut full length
LP. Yeah, we're like finishing up a few things right here. Then we're gonna pack everything up and got the van all lubed up and running like new, and you know, probably drive straight through the night. We'll probably catch a few hours of sleep and then head out about 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
All right. Did you guys do like a lot of pre-pro and write a whole bunch of new songs and meticulously plan, or some of it you're gonna like get in the room and just wing it?
Both.
Yeah, honestly, both. We got a bunch of stuff of like the direction we want to go, but like we also do like, you know, having that fresh vibe of just writing right there on the spot. So just a little bit of both, and hopefully that will get us a nice LP for you.
Nice. Do you guys have like a sort of tentative plan when you want to put it out? Is it later this year? Is it next year?
Definitely later this year, I'd say.
Well, definitely new music at the end, you know, later this year, but then it's just a matter of when we release the full thing, you know. We got some ideas, a few things we want to try out. Just have to wait and see.
I hear you. Yeah, man. Anything else in particular? Obviously, you said you've been off the road for a minute and you want to get back out there. Nashville's a fun town, right? You know, all things being equal, obviously not with the coronavirus, but or terrorist attacks like the beginning of the year. But generally speaking, Nashville's awesome, and I got friends there. But you looking forward to anything in particular? Any fun spots you're gonna try to hit, like the Opry or anything fun?
Probably mostly writing, and just because of the pandemic, it's kind of, I'm not trying to get sick or anything. That would be like the worst case. Sick in the hotel. We're
Right.
trying to work on that. But Aubrey's sick. I went there before, through on tour and stuff, and I was actually there a long, long time ago when they had that like crazy flood going through there, the storm for days. We actually got held up in Tennessee. We met this dude, and he like let us stay at his house, and we were stuck there for like 3 days. And that's when they shut them all down and everything for like, I think it was like over a year, 2 years. They had to like rebuild everything because there was so much flood damage. But it's a dope spot. It's like the new Hollywood now here, and everyone's going there. So we're excited.
My friend calls it Nash Vegas, actually.
I like it. I like it. We dig Vegas. We were gonna move there before we came back here, but maybe at some point.
Yeah, Vegas is not bad. You got a lot of bands coming out of there now again. So and fun, a lot of fun bands are coming out of there. So rock and metal and sort of all these crossover things. Is there any musical genres you guys like that maybe people would be surprised by, since we're talking about Nashville and country and other things, or is it just pretty much straight rock and maybe some rap for you guys?
Yeah, I'm not much in the country, but like,
Rap.
a lot of hip hop, heavy stuff, a lot of pop. We're both very, pop based, and pretty much everything except like country. Dig some Johnny Cash, but I don't really think he's not country like what the people call country today.
Yeah, yeah, not the pop stuff today. Like, yeah, actually, today is Johnny Cash's birthday, so that's pretty cool. Good mention right there. And technically, I don't know if he was like banned from the Opry for like causing a ruckus. So of course he was, because he's Johnny fucking Cash, right? And
I got kicked out of that spot too. We were banned from there, from the mall. We were hustling shirts and shit back in the day. So Johnny Skulls, I'll keep that name going. We'll keep that fucking alive.
That's funny, man. That's funny. It's good times. Yeah, man. Obviously, be safe out there on the road. Take care of each other. And I'm looking forward to this full-length record from you guys, man. I think you put out some very strong material, these singles and this video. And, yeah, man, thanks for hanging out for this chat. And like I said, we'll follow you guys, and we'll catch up with you when we got closer to the release of the full-length.
Sounds good. Talk soon. Be
All right,
safe.
man.